Your house does not look the way you want it to. And the worst part, you already know exactly what's missing. That warm, cozy feeling that makes a place actually feel like home. The kind you see in photos and think, how do they do that? I'll tell you how. Crochet. I know what you're thinking. Crochet is for grandmas. Crochet is old-fashioned. But stay with me here, because what I'm about to show you will completely change the way you see your home, and honestly, the way you see this craft. People are decorating their entire living spaces with crochet right now, and it looks incredible. We are talking throw blankets, wall art, plant hangers, pillow covers, table runners, and so much more. And the best part is, you can make all of it yourself. So let's get into it. Here's the thing nobody talks about when it comes to home decor. Buying stuff from stores is easy, but it never really feels personal. You walk into someone's house and everything looks like it came from the same shelf. There's nothing wrong with that, but there's also nothing special about it. When you add handmade pieces to your home, people notice. They ask questions. They want to know where you got it. And when you tell them you made it, that reaction is priceless. That is the real power of crochet decor. It doesn't just fill space, it tells a story. Your story. So let's start with the most popular crochet decor item out there right now, and that is the throw blanket. Throw blankets are everywhere, on couches, on beds, draped over chairs, and a crocheted throw is on a completely different level compared to what you can buy at a store. Why? Because of the texture. When you crochet a blanket, you get this beautiful raised pattern that you literally cannot get from a factory-made product. It has depth, it has character, it feels handmade in the best possible way. Now, when it comes to making a crochet throw for your home, the yarn you pick matters a lot. For decor pieces that you want to look good in photos and in real life, chunky yarn is your best friend. It works up fast, which means you can finish a blanket in a weekend, and the stitches are big and visible, which gives it that professional, high-end look. If you want a softer, more delicate look, you can go with a medium-weight yarn and use something like a shell stitch or a granny square pattern. Both options look amazing, and both are totally beginner-friendly. The color you choose for your throw also completely changes the vibe of a room. If your space is mostly neutral, which is beige, white, or gray, adding a cream or warm off-white throw gives it that cozy, minimal aesthetic that is everywhere right now. If you want a pop of color, terracotta, sage green, and dusty rose are all huge right now in home decor, and they work beautifully in crochet. Pick one that fits the mood of your room, and you honestly cannot go wrong. Now, let's talk about wall art, because this is where crochet decor gets really exciting. People spend so much money on wall art, prints, frames, canvases, but crochet wall hangings, they add a dimension to a wall that flat art simply cannot. They have texture, they move slightly in the air, they catch light differently depending on the time of day, and they make people stop and stare. The most common style right now is the boho wall hanging. This is usually made with a thick piece of wooden dowel at the top, and the crochet piece hangs down from that. You can add fringe at the bottom, include different textures by mixing stitches, and even weave in some macrame cord for extra detail. It sounds complicated, but the base of most wall hangings is just simple rows of crochet, and then you build on top of that. The creative part is in the finishing, the fringe, the layers, and the shapes you cut or leave natural. If the boho style is not really you, there are other wall art options too. Some people crochet geometric shapes and frame them. Others make circular mandala-style pieces using rounds and rounds of colorful yarn. Some even spell out words or make letters using crochet and mount them on the wall. The options are endless, and that is one of the best things about this craft. You are not limited to what exists in a store. If you can imagine it, you can probably make it. Let's move on to something that's a little smaller but has a massive impact on a room, and that is the plant hanger. If you have plants in your home, and honestly, if you don't, you should, a crochet plant hanger is one of the easiest and most satisfying projects you can make. It holds your plant up in the air, creates this natural, earthy look, and takes up no floor space at all. For someone in an apartment or a smaller home, this is a game changer. Most plant hangers use simple, basic crochet chains and rings, so they're great for beginners. You can make one in a few hours, which means if you have a free afternoon, you could have a completely new look in your home by the evening. And because plant hangers use so little yarn, they're also one of the cheapest crochet projects you can make. We're talking a couple of dollars in yarn for something that honestly looks like it belongs in a boutique shop. Now, let's talk about pillow covers, because this one is massively underrated. Most people overlook pillows when it comes to home decor, but interior designers will tell you that pillows are one of the quickest ways to completely change the feel of a room without spending a lot of money. Swap out your pillow covers, and suddenly your couch looks different, your bedroom looks different, the whole energy of the space shifts. Crochet pillow covers give you that texture that fabric covers cannot, and you can make them in any color, any pattern, any size you want. Some of the most popular styles right now include the waffle stitch pillow, which has this beautiful grid-like texture that looks incredibly clean and modern. There's also the bobble stitch pillow, which has these little raised bumps all over it that give it almost a 3D look. And then there's the classic granny square pillow, which has been around forever but keeps coming back because it just works. You can do one giant granny square for the whole front of the pillow, or you can piece together smaller squares for a patchwork effect. Both are gorgeous. For pillow covers, cotton yarn tends to work really well. It's sturdy, it holds its shape, and it's easy to wash, which matters when you're dealing with something that sits on your couch every single day. Cotton also has a slightly crisp finish, which makes the stitches look really defined and clean, which is exactly what you want for a decor piece. Now, let's talk about something you probably haven't thought about yet, and that is the table runner. Not everyone uses table runners, but for those who do, a crocheted one is an absolute showstopper. Imagine sitting down to dinner with a beautiful, lace-like crochet runner going down the center of your table with some candles or flowers on top. It looks like something out of a magazine. The best stitch choices for a table runner usually have ones that have open, lacy patterns. A simple mesh stitch or a shell stitch works really well because it lets the table show through slightly underneath, which creates this layered effect. You want the runner to feel light and decorative rather than heavy and thick. Again, cotton yarn is your best choice here because it lays flat really nicely and doesn't bunch up the way some other yarn types can. Now, here's something I want you to think about, and this is the part that most people miss when it comes to crochet decor. It's not just about the individual pieces, it's about how they work together. The secret to making your home look really put together is cohesion. That means if your throw blanket is sage green, maybe your wall hanging has a little bit of sage green in it too. If your pillow covers are cream colored, maybe your plant hanger uses a natural beige twine that sits in the same color family. You don't have to match everything perfectly. In fact, you shouldn't. But having a loose color story that runs through your handmade pieces ties the whole room together in a way that feels intentional and curated. This is something interior designers charge a lot of money to figure out for people. But when you're making your own decor, you get to be the designer. You get to make those calls. And once you start seeing your home through that lens, it becomes so much more fun.